Stress is kind of self-induced. Some people get stressed out and some people don't.
I think that was the secret to her longevity.
Not having kids?
No kids, not getting married. She didn't have any stress.
You need time for yourself to set your priorities, to focus on them. Another dragon's head, not that big and nice looking, is travels with their changes of time zones and even continents. In travels, you meet different people. Travels give you lots of fun, they broaden your perspective, and have many other benefits, and are even the greatest incentive to live longer life. But nothing enjoyable in this world comes without a price tag attached to it. Travels disrupt your routine. They put a physiological and psychological stress on your systems. You can get sick overseas with different food and water, or from long hours on a plane. Some people fear the plane can crash. In general, travels are not good for your longevity.
I emigrated from Russia, I went to Israel, then to Japan, then to America, and I changed continents and lifestyles and diet. It's not good for longevity. Those who now 100 years old, they usually lived in one place, they didn't travel much, and they were engaged in a perfect routine.
Improve your health and fitness level to meet the challenges of travels. Definitely there is a balance between pros and cons of travels, and many people would find life being boring and not worth extending without travels. Take it easy. Don't think too much about earthly matters. If you cannot stop thinking about them, contemplate more about a meaning of life, your mission in it, about your self-realization. God gave you the blessing of life. Enjoy it. Enjoy your life in America. Every morning I come out of my house and say, "Good morning, America. How are you? I love you." America is the greatest country in the world, and you are fortunate to be born in it.
What's your name?
Davina. Davina.
How young are you?
How young am I? I love that. I'm 26 years old. Years young.
Don't take it for granted. Appreciate it. Repeat often in your heart, life is good. This coming Friday, make a resolution of freeing yourself from attachments. Make a list of projects you would like to accomplish while you're on this earth. You may even include the big ones, like trying to become a millionaire if you're not one already. People say that it's a shame not to be a millionaire in America. Your dream projects will be an incentive for a longer life. Thou shalt be happy.
God gave us the gift of life.
Thou shalt love thyself.
Thou shalt be true to yourself. If you're true to yourself, then you're going to be able to make good choices for your well-being.
Don't you want some honey, honey?
When I get an annual physical, and I go to a gynecologist once a year, but
I go regularly to see a doctor, yes.
For checkups, you mean?
For checkup.
Sometimes months and months and months I go without seeing him.
I haven't been to a doctor in 56 years.
The longevity personality is a master of avoiding injuries and psychological trauma. More than looking for entertainment or pleasure, the longevity personality focuses on avoiding harm of any kind. They drive safely, stay alert on the road, and do all their activities with security and precaution. If they ride a bike, they prefer an electric one with zero air and low sound pollution. They are good at recognizing sources of stress, such as TV news, which is mostly depressing, or unhealthy relationships, which would have a negative impact on them. They don't engage in dangerous activities, overexert physically, or put themselves in stressful situations. They know that being under stress or being depressed, their body produces bad hormones that are harmful to their systems. They also know that problems have a tendency to self-solve. Often, they just relax, let things fall into place, and wait for the proper moment to act. The longevity personality avoids doctors, both allopathic and alternative, unless in case of emergency. While they think most doctors are probably nice people,
It's not bad guys and good guys. We're all in the same boat, and we're all getting sicker, and we're all dying. There's just special interest in the rest of us.
they just don't believe that doctors know the causes of people's illnesses.
I don't go see a doctor. There's no point to see them.
They don't know the cause of an illness.
Alternative therapists and naturopathic doctors, on the other hand, do not receive adequate training to become fully professional. Doctors prescribe synthetic, unnatural drugs, antibiotics.
Pharmaceutical antibiotics, it just acidifies the body more.
For supplements.
About 90% of the supplements on the market are petroleum, are oil.
All which have poisonous side effects.
And very strong side effect.
And which badly affect the immune system and even destroy the liver, kidney, and hearts of the patient. Doctors will cut off diseased or unnecessary parts, do unnecessary and drastic bypass surgery, or irradiation. Instead, the longevity personality is good at cutting off reliance on doctors and becoming dependent on them. The longevity personality believes that doctors could be of some help with acute sickness, but not with chronic conditions.
As doctors excel putting Humpty Dumpty's back together again. When it comes to trauma, they excel. When it comes to disease, it's a disaster.
The longevity personality doesn't want bad quality service, a temporary quick fix that doctors can offer them. In most cases, it is just a waste of money and time, together with their freedom.
There's no such thing as a healer. There's a lot of arrogant people who tell you they're healers because they want money from you and control over your life.
In some cultures, as in Russia, China, and Cuba, and especially in rural areas, people are self-reliant, use folk and herbal remedies, and avoid seeing doctors even though medical care is free.
Medicine, doctor free, hospital free, everything free. But you're trying sick, you get a stomach ache, you know, what they give it to you and a lot of stuff. I don't see that much medicine down there, because I got a headache down there, they got some grass on there to boil and give it to you. They got it right, and they working. Well, my father used to have prostate cancer when he got 60 years old, and he died at 92.
And he never looked for the treatment of the doctor?
Never gone to doctor, never, you know, they don't want medicine, they don't want a doctor.
Though there are cases when supplements seem to work, Dr. Linus Pauling, a double Nobel Prize winner, claimed that he postponed his prostate cancer by 20 years taking mega doses of vitamin C. The longevity personality knows that because of doctors' mistakes and ignorance, they can be hazardous to the health, and visiting them or to be admitted to the hospital can turn into a life-threatening situation. The longevity personality doesn't allow doctors to do guesswork on them and experiment on them.
William H. Sweet. Sweet really wanted a Nobel Prize. And he was a brilliant man, but a little disturbed. And so they did things like isolate the carotid artery in people with brain tumors, pump the blood up to 108 degrees, and then put it back in with nitrogen mustard. Kill people.
They don't like the idea of being inflicted with iatrogenic disease caused by a doctor or a drug, which according to Dr. Robert H. Sorge is the third leading cause of death in America.
The main cause of death today, which is called iatrogenic, you know what that is? Doctor properly prescribed, and I'm not talking about doctors that need to know what they're properly prescribed pharmaceuticals.
It's in a malpractice case against a neurosurgeon in Phoenix. A case in which a neurosurgeon had injected boiling water into the gasturium, the fifth cranial nerve ganglion, paralyzed every cranial nerve in the patient's. I mean, crazy thing. Obviously, it was not an acceptable practice.
My parents, both of them died from diseases that they contacted in hospitals. As they weakened with their prescriptions and their different kinds of medications, as time went by, they just became weaker and weaker, and then the diseases which were prevalent in hospitals, which a healthier person would repel, took them down. My mother with pneumonia, and my dad contacted a digestive disorder, and he never survived from it.
To survive doctors and hospitals, you must have blood type O and be as lucky as Sarah Groder, 91, of Skowhegan, Maine, who had 8 surgeries.
I was in the hospital and I've had 8 operations.